5-year mission law number 023. Welcome back, all space cadets and captains alike. Today in mission law 023, we're just speaking about the mission and how it's going. So today I woke up around 6 a.m., got my energy in and smoked. After that, I lay back down to recharge for about an hour. Sometimes you gotta recognize when your body needs the extra little reset. You can't always operate at 100% just because you woke up early. Sometimes the battery needs a little time on the charger before you get back out there. Then I trained. And honestly, I didn't feel good, but I still went through it. But I still went through with it. And that's something I've been thinking about lately. Discipline isn't always about doing something when you feel motivated. Sometimes discipline is literally just saying, I don't feel like doing this today, but I'm doing it anyway. Because motivation is unpredictable. One day you wake up ready to conquer the galaxy. The next day you're looking at your training. The next day you're looking at your training equipment like it personally offended you. But the mission doesn't stop just because you don't feel like moving. You still got to take the next step. And I think that's where discipline starts becoming something deeper than just a routine. It becomes a decision. You decide that your temporary feelings aren't going to completely dictate your long-term direction. I didn't feel good during the training, but I still trained. Maybe it wasn't my best session. Maybe I wasn't moving at maximum capacity. But I showed up. And sometimes showing up is the victory. After that, I went and worked on my cousin's car. Then I had my little brother with his acoustic phone. So we were getting things handled around here. Then I finally got something to eat. Chicken patties and cheesy French fries. Crinkle cut, of course. We gotta respect the crinkle cut. That's a completely different level of French fry technology. I was actually going to watch some anime while I ate, but instead I decided to feed my mind with some Machiavellian wisdom. Sometimes you gotta switch from entertainment mode into learning mode. Dang. But not because entertainment is bad, but because I want to make sure I put something into my mind that I can actually use. Then I gave my little brother on Ontario. This time, we went to my world, and we actually had ourselves a pretty productive session. We defeated 3 bosses, did some mining, and continue working on keeping the aggression from spreading, which is becoming a whole operation at this point. We're basically running a containment agency in Ontario. Captain, we dictated corruption spreading toward the eastern sector. Deploy the boys. Terror music intensifies. But yeah, that was basically my morning. It wasn't too bad. Actually, it was pretty damn productive. And now I'm here, giving you the details of the 5-year mission. And honestly, that's what this whole mission is about. Not necessarily about having these insane, legendary days every single day. It's about continuing to move Because sometimes progress is exciting. Sometimes progress is like defeating 3 bosses. Sometimes progress is like betraying. Sometimes progress is like helping your family. Sometimes progress is literally just putting a few dollars to the side and saying, I'm still working toward that goal. Speaking of which, the Command Console Fund is still alive. And at the end of the month, we'll be sitting at $400. The highest I ever had at CCF was $500. So we're getting back into that territory. Slowly, but surely. That's what I always say. Slowly, but surely. And that's where willpower comes into the picture. Because willpower isn't just this giant burst of determination where you suddenly become a completely different person. A lot of the time, willpower is much quieter than that. It's saying no to something because you know you have another goal. It's saving money when you could spend it. It's training when you're tired. It's getting back up after you've fallen out of rhythm. It's looking at something you want and saying, not yet. That's powerful. Because when you can control your impulses, you start gaining control of your direction. And that's something I'm trying to build with this 5-year mission. I'm not expecting everything to change overnight. I'm trying to build a system where the small decisions eventually create a completely different life. That's why I'm documenting all of this. Because 5 years from now, I want to be able to look back at these logs and see the progression. Not just the accomplishments, the boring days, the tired days, the days where I didn't feel like training, the days where I had a little money saved, the days where I had to start over, the days where I made progress nobody else could see. Because that's the stuff that actually built the person. And I think that's one thing people can forget. You don't always see the results while you're building. You might be working on yourself for months and feel like nothing is happening. You might be saving money and think, man, this is taking forever. You might be training and wondering when you're finally going to feel stronger. But there's a difference between nothing happening and something happening slowly. Those two things can feel exactly the same when you're inside the process. That's why you have to keep going. Because sometimes the progress is underground. The roots are growing before the tree has anything impressive to show. And that's kind of where I feel like I'm at right now. I'm building, I'm testing things, I'm learning, I'm saving, I'm training, I'm creating. I'm figuring out what works and what doesn't. And some days are definitely better than others, but I'm still here. The mission is still active. The Command Console Fund is still alive. The content is still being made. The training continues. The lessons continue. And we're still moving toward that 5-year destination. So yeah, everything's been going pretty good. Not perfect, but good. And honestly, I'm starting to realize that perfect isn't really the objective. Progress is. As long as I'm moving forward, even if it's only one step at a time, I'm still advancing the mission. So that's today's mission. Mission log 023. Another day documented. Another day completed. Another few steps forward. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Until then, peace. I'll catch our next transmission. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. My voice is just like cracking, man. I don't know, man. They need to go to the doctor, but I don't know. I just started coughing out of nowhere, and everything just kind of flashed before my eyes. And I was like, God dang, what is this? But man, that shit was scary as fuck. Couldn't breathe. I had a cough. There's some phlegm in my throat. I don't know, man. I just gotta stop smoking now. But anyway, thank you for watching. Catch y'all next time. Peace.
Yeah, I ain't staying too long. Nah, I ain't staying too long. Nah, I ain't staying too long. Nah, never that. Yeah, still on the road. Get the dub, then slide. GPL, you know the vibe.